Welcome to the Artfest show! And of course there, at the top of the minute, we had our opening band, which is one of the house bands, Conversation Suicide.
Yeah.
Yay! With Gimme My Money, Swine. This, yay, is our lovely new co-hostess, Tina Wells. If you were watching, we hope, last month you saw her in May performing on the Artfest show. Yeah! As well as talking about some of the other things she does, her DJ work, very talented woman, and we're very happy to have her. And thank you, Gypsy, for rigging that up, but really it's Tina being willing.
We're happy to be here.
So give it up for Tina Wells! Woo! And we look all loungy today because both of us got like 3 hours of sleep with our crazy worky, music-y lives, whatever it is we do. And what is this show about though, you know? It's about the fucking guests, right?
I thought it was about fun.
It's about fun. Well, that's what Eric always tells me. You're number 2, right? Yeah, he always tells me it's about having fun. Did you have fun, Phlegm? Then stop all your stressing and stress puppy crap.
Get over it.
Yeah. But it's about what the guests, because we got jokes and art and music, and we're stealing shit from Dave Chappelle right now on the Artfest show.
Yeah.
Okay, what I'll do first, what you're seeing in the background there, by the way, feel very honored. Our ex-manager, Chris Sapp, actually still has this photo of us playing the Rialto on his, here I'll zoom in a little bit, on his Facebook front page thing, whatever you call it. You can see Mike Spellman, me, Martin Aguilar, wonderful Mick Garrison, who's tearing it up in the weekly with Scott Kerr back there on drums. We've got over here Chris Sapp himself. We'll zoom back out so you can see him way there playing harmonica. And then the wonderful Jilly Bean playing violin and making it like a bluegrass song, Friends. We'll play that one later because that's the one that my ex-manager says we should push. But he works for Congress Hotel now. He's the...
Who?
Christopher Sapp. He is the man ahead of David Slutz because he's the program director for Maynard's and Congress Hotel. I hope that doesn't get me in trouble for saying that, Chris, but you know...
I wasn't in on it.
You better help Bean Street Collective up because, you know, we're still your boys and girls. Bean Street Collective, you're the godfather. Get us on those wonderful Congress and Maynard stages.
Yep.
All right. Bean Street Collective. Yeah, that was another house band we had to represent. But right now we're going to go into Tina Wells talking a little bit about her life, what she does, and her IPO radio duties.
All right.
Kind of introduce our co-hostess, going into a performance by her, fitting that the co-hostess should be the first actual performance.
Oh, all right. That works for me.
So what? You are obviously a dancer. Mm-hmm. You are a person of style, and you have your own artistic thing. And then I've seen the hula hoop thing, awesome. But I love the fire dancing, and I want to do more shows with that. I mean, out in the field, and we'll get video of that.
Definitely.
We'll probably show some footage of that too.
Because I do the fire poi, hula hoop. I have my staff. I have to find it somewhere. When I find my fans, I can do fans again. I do fire eating and breathing. I do a bunch of stuff. So.
Well, let's talk to the camera and just talk about some of the other talents you have, because I'm aware of your physical energy, moves and rhythm, your beauty, and the fact that you have this own style, this persona you're presenting, which I'm into because I'm always changing my persona. But what else does Tina Wells do?
Well, I am a go-go dancer. I've been doing that for, since like 2004, 2005.
Go-go dancer.
Woo! I do LED hooping as well. I actually have a $450 hula hoop, so I am kind of serious about it.
Nice.
Right now, I actually work in a meat department, but I don't really like touching meat, and I don't eat it that much, and I can't eat meat off the bone, so that's pretty interesting. Yes, and touching blood is gross. So on top of all that, I'm working on Music and Mayhem with John Russell.
Yay!
My producer is Gypsy. I have my radio show on IPO Radio. Everything's not completely set up yet. We're working on bios and everything, but in the meantime, it's just kind of, I go on live for 4 hours. It's the Hot and Wild Show with Tina Wells. Gypsy helped me pick out the name. Other than that, I'm now the co-host of this wonderful show, so that should be fun.
Yeah! Right? You know, we were gonna have trouble if you ever met her. She does River's Edge Lounge. Yeah, she has a lot of... She has a lot of bands, you know, do cool stuff. She does her little podcast, and you get the YouTube video, and you get an interview, and you get to play a live club with hopefully whatever audience you can bring. No money, but you know, that's cool. It's cool stuff.
Right.
She was going to be a co-hostess for a while, and we played with it. We had this little statue up, and look at the previous shows, folks, if you want to see some of that crap. But we have an actual human hostess now, the co-hostess with the mostess, Dianne Wells. Whoop-de-boop. She's going to try to perform now to a very weird new song that is off of the forthcoming CD.
I'm not going to try and perform.
Oh no, she's going to be awesome, but the song's weird, and I apologize for that. It's our weirdest track, but it's dedicated to my wife who came today, Princezzz. Yeah! Because it's where we're at right now. It's called Gimme My Money, Swine by Conversation Suicide. Jimmy Cass from SexFunk on the vocals with me doing a duet, and bass, me, guitars wonderfully done by Stephen Butt, also of SexFunk. This is Conversation Suicide collabs coming out as soon as we've got the money to finish the CD and production. We're airing the pre-release because we're hoping you get interested and send us money so we can go record. Yay! We need to mention though, who else is on this? Who else is on this show today? I'll tell you.
There's a lot of people.
Since we didn't take time so we could both say, because I didn't write it down for you.
I know.
I'm dumb. We got Jesse Palante, who is awesome, awesome percussionist. He likes to do a lot of the shaker these days as well.
He's a human metronome.
He's a human metronome. I actually had the joy of having him in a project, a punk project once, and we actually did a couple of his originals too for a minute. But it didn't work out. We'll just say artistic differences. Yeah. But it wasn't really my fault. I know that. There was a certain person and stuff and things. It was called Burnout Hippie. And I think it was just a little too over the top for some of the members. And then, of course, one of my favorite new people I've met. He's been doing his thing for over a year at Sky Bar, and now he's a regular Maker's House all over 4th Avenue. You'll see this gentleman soon to be making a lot more money doing this crap. Marshall Prescott, Nature Boy.
Yeah.
And they're also going to do a duet. So the other person I got to mention is Alex. Woo! He's going to be doing his thing. And if y'all have been watching our show, check it out. He's been on a couple times. Also with Feeding Frenzy, who came with Texas Trash. Yeah. All right, give it up for our guest.
Yeah.
That's what makes the show.
It's going to be a fun one.
We also have a very special guest today. Maybe she'll come on for a moment. She's doing a project through, I think it's the Art Institute, right?
I think she should.
About, you know, documenting what does Access Tucson do, which is a great segue into behind the scenes Access Tucson footage. She might use some of our photos if we don't look too odd. She is going to get this as a project, but she also may work with us here and get more experience, and she's trying to do this like to make money one day. What is your name?
Movie maker.
And what is your name?
Dianne Dubay.
Dianne Dubay, give it up.
Hi, Dianne.
So we're very honored to have Dianne here behind the scenes filming, and great time to just take a brief moment to our sponsors, Access Tucson. Thank you for freedom of speech outlet. Thank you for a great way, right, to have all the things we try to do here and on the Music and Mayhem with John Russell's show.
Donations.
Donations, folks, but more importantly, sign the internet ballot.
Yes, very important.
You can go to the Conversation Suicide Facebook page. I'll put it up later today. You can go to, I'll probably ask Tina Wells if she'll throw up a link since she's now a co-host.
I will.
Right, and or mine, Phlegm, Buoyant, B-U-O-Y-A-N-T, Phlegm like the medical spelling. And click the link, sign, say, hey, we need freedom of speech. I don't like Phlegm's show, but I like that Music and Mayhem with John Russell. Or I like Yeshua 6'6", Israel, Lord of Hosts, freaky, religious, scary show that looks like
or
Charles
crazy
Manson.
cat ladies.
You know, I like the Christian stuff, whatever you like, you know. It's the cultural stuff, man. Access Tucson is important. Help us fight to keep it. And now for something completely different. Tina Wells performing to Give Me My Money, Swine. When you're ready, young lady.
I have to go grab it. Whoop.
Really? Okay.
Give me my money, swine. Give me